half the time the live doesn't even get started. All right, the meeting is now live streamed. Let's triple double checked. Travis Bagent. Oh, Rob Bagent Jr. is out here training. All right, ladies and gentlemen, we are live. All right, everybody, welcome to first official episode of Tell Me I'm the Greatest podcast. And first, before we even start, a little story. For the past 10 years, people have been asking me, Artem, can you please start a podcast with Travis Bagent? Can we please do this? Can we please hear his wisdom every morning for the forever and eternity? And for the past 10 years, I've been telling them, guys, I don't have the money to call Travis. And if we can't start a podcast, however, shout out to Primal Beef Jerky. Now we have the money and we have Travis Bagent in the house. So thank you, Travis, for being here. Thank you, Primal Beef Jerky. So word goes to you. How's it going?
Everything is amazing around here, young man. Everything is amazing. Got a shipment in yesterday from the Bears.
Okay.
These guys. Chicago Bears. Got a little shipment in. Bam! The Bears mini helmet. We got it all signed by Tyson there. Gonna sell these things for $200.
Hold on. Is that a coincidence? Do you, Tyson, have very similar signature?
Oh, be careful now. This is now verified here. Jeez, don't try to get me in trouble now. If I always forge your name all the time, Artem, but no one cares about your name. This guy here is doing big things. So listen, any of our arm wrestling customers out there, $200 super chat, just put your address there. We'll get you the Bears mini helmets. We only got 3 of them, so it's only gonna be 3 of you chumps that got them. What's going on? How you feel?
Very, very limited. Oh, I'm good. I'm just waking up. I'm just waking up in the normal time. Yesterday, I'm falling asleep at about like 5 o'clock, and I'm like, "What time's in Turkey? Oh, 11:30 at night. Yeah, it's about time. It's about time to fall asleep." That's funny. You showed the hat. There's something we're gonna tell you. At the rules meeting, we had a game that we're gonna get to proceed with, but we were like, "Hey, somebody offered it." They're like, "Hey, look at Travis adjusting his hat and pretend it's a drinking game. Every time Travis touches the hat, you take a shot." I'm like, all right, looking at you. And you're just like me. Whenever you have the hat on, it's like, it's constant this. I'm like, oh, man. And I offered around people like, yo, we can't play this. You're going to be drunk.
Yeah. I haven't wore a hat since I played baseball in college.
Yeah, so you have that.
But I've been rocking this Bears hat now for about a week, and I'm starting to get used to it.
See, like you still have to do the 3 little taps.
Well, the thing is I like it so deep, but this hat is for like big guys, man. See how? Like,
oh man.
Like I even got a one in the negative. I've never had a hat like that. So imagine how big of a head you would have to have for this thing to be out here.
Dude, don't worry. Couple more months of you coming back to arm wrestling, you'll have to get a new hat.
Oh, I can't wait. I can't wait. I did too. I got a lot of stories from Turkey. My goodness. Let's just start this thing out with, why did I predict all of that stuff was going to happen exactly the way it did?
Did you have to rewatch the video of what you said?
No, I already knew I said it. The funny thing is what we should do is start really just pumping the other video like crazy, because I want to see how many fans will just watch the other video and think that I'm an absolute moron for predicting them all to win.
Right.
Wow. What a genius, dude. I know so much about arm wrestling It's crazy.
Dude, there was a good comment I think from David Shubich again. He was like, "It's not a prediction when you have a scripted when you have a script for the event." I'm like, man, come on now. It's
That even makes it that makes it come right to how right. That just brings it all home right there, baby.
Right. We're starting off heavy, man. We're starting off heavy. I don't know.
200.
Zero money.
Oh.
Hey, Arden, what happened with Travis and Core Sport guy at East West?
Oh, man. Should I get into this or not?
Dude, well, you can hear it on the live stream apparently, and so many people ask that. So, I mean, I guess,
yeah. I mean, I just know, like, listen, I haven't been fired yet.
I got you.
So now I'm thinking the only way for me to get fired is to tell the story.
Well, at the same time, not telling the reality of what happens is also like not your style too. Because
well, let's be completely honest about the perception of what happened.
Right, it's not like you can lie about it.
Let's talk. Let's just open up the mind, or at least let's see if I know what exactly the arm wrestling world probably thinks happened.
You do that, and then I'll invite Lindsay for a second. Lindsay heard that too.
Listen, I wish that you would have recorded. I wish you would go somewhere right now. No, call Lindsay, have Lindsay right now, call your phone and leave a voicemail as to what she probably thinks happened at the during that argument, and along with anybody else. If anybody is watching this video and you have Artem's phone number, please call Artem and tell him what you think most likely and probably happened at the Core Sports and the Travis Bagent argument. Because here's my opinion. My opinion of what our society thinks is that I 100% caused some big old problem and acted like a diva and tried to quit in the middle after a little tiny argument, right? But the truth is that I am always teetering on the edge when it comes to professionalism.
All right. We have Lindsay here. Lindsay, what happened Saturday?
So I watched the whole thing.
The whole thing? Whole 6-hour arm wrestling.
Because I have no life, apparently. And so I will agree with you. They were supposed to play replays, right? And there was a move, and Travis said, let's see the replay, and the replay did nothing to towards the effort of seeing what happened. So Travis said, come on, Core Sports, let's get a better replay than that.
What, is that my voice?
Yeah.
Oh, okay. I just wanted to make sure that my phone didn't accidentally have a problem there. Okay, go ahead, young lady. Go ahead.
And then somebody must have tapped him on the shoulder, because all of a sudden he comes back with, I apologize. No, I mean, Core Sports is great. You're doing a great job. I don't know what happened behind the scenes, but they definitely didn't like the.
Now, let me ask you this, Lindsay. Was there a hint of sarcasm and laughter even in the mini apology?
No. I don't.
Okay, I'm just wondering. That's perception. I'm trying to see how that presented itself to the audience.
No, but
it was immediate, right? It was definitely immediate.
Yeah, it was immediate. And the fact that anybody, no offense to you, but you're entertaining. So the fact that anybody would take a joke that you said seriously is what's comical. Like you were just joking around, like everybody took it that way, but everybody knows who's running the show. So, I was like, ooh.
And then continue. What else? Did anything continue to happen? What happened after that?
No, I mean, I don't really remember.
So did you hear? I'm wondering how much, like people said, I heard you guys saying something. I just wondered how pronounced that.
I mean, I couldn't, when Artem told me the story, I didn't know any of that stuff. I couldn't hear exactly what was going on, but I definitely know that somebody came and scolded Mr. Travis Bagent because
I got you.
He came back.
Ew. I hate your story. I hate your story, Lindsay. Okay, because listen, here's the deal about your story. It's not correct.
Okay.
But it's totally understand that it's the truth from your perception. So this is awesome. This is awesome. All right, so let's talk about this is what really happened, right?
Sorry.
So your story is up. It's perfect until you feel that I was scalded, and that's why I said the apology. So here's the truth. The truth is we were, for one of the first times, Derek and I were also interested in seeing the replay, right? Like really wanted to see if the call, if there was a win, loss, whatever the scenario was. So I said, well, we got to look at this. And Derek agreed, let's look at the replay. The replay was a half second something that, so immediately I'm like, oh, you got to be kidding me. Where's the better replay? Come on, Core Sports. So there's a guy right next to me. His name is Ben, long-haired cat from Dubai. He's an amazing dude. Like funny, great guy, right? I mean, he's so easy to work with, so much fun. Now, listen, mind you, without me bashing on Core Sports, I do not know these guys, right? Like I have dapped the black guy, who I believe is the boss, the ball-headed guy. I have dapped him once. We have looked at each other 12 times over the past 2 sessions, but never one time has there been a formal handshake. My name is so-and-so. Now, I have to take just as much credit for that lack of introduction as maybe he does, maybe he doesn't, whatever.
Right.
I have no idea where Ben, the guy beside me, ranks in this production team. It looks to me like they are about 9 strong, maybe over there, maybe 6. I can't really tell, if there's a guy from Turkey or if he came from Dubai. I don't know, right? So, but I do know Ben because I stepped beside him for 9 hours now, twice, a little bit, right? So I say, come on, Core Sports, you gotta be kidding me, right? They immediately, they cut my mic because they're gonna, when I say cut my mic, it's part of the show, right? Sometimes the commentary mic's on, sometimes it's Neil, sometimes it's a commercial, whatever. So there's enough downtime for me to look over at Ben and say, ooh, might not make it after that. Just a joke to him about the fact that it is acknowledged that I just said, come on, Core Sports. Ben whispers over to me without talking to any other crew. He says, say one more fucking thing about Core Sports and you're fucking out of here. Now, Ben is a cool guy just like me. And that's why he said what he said. It was not coming from Core Sports. It was Ben, like Derek, and just like that voice you made, Lindsay, him trying to be as entertaining as me. Right? So immediately when we came back, I said as a joke to Ben, except the one thing I love to do on the mic is that when you don't have a mic and you say something to me, no one can hear it. But since I got the mic, when I go live, I'll just talk about what we're talking about privately, right? So I brought Ben into the conversation on live. And the way I did that was to apologize to Ben. because of what he just said about motherfucker, you getting fired, which was the greatest, funniest thing in the world. However, after I said the apology, and what I asked you if it was a sarcastic and funny one, because it was meant to be like that. Ben had the power to reprimand me at that time, right? So just this inside little fun thing that me, Derek, and Ben are experiencing. But say 5 minutes later, Neil Pickup is now introducing the next match. And some guy who, listen, this guy could have been the president of Turkey, he could have been a prince in Dubai, or he could have been the first, second, third, fourth, fifth in command at Core Sports. Okay. I believe it's one of those three, preferably the third one, right? I do not know where this guy.
I got you.
I don't know where this guy ranks. A part of me wants to assume he's the guy who's working the replay. but I'm not 100%. All I know is he came out of the truck, I believe, and came in, right? And he leans over the monitor to Ben, who is right beside me, as I am about to, as Neil calls Artem, we wait 3 seconds, and I'm like, to the stage comes Artem, and then all your stats. So as I'm beginning to start that monologue, I can't help but hear him because he wants me to hear him. And this guy decides with me, I never met him, do not know him. If I would have had the pep talk earlier with the whole crew that said, you say one thing about Core Sports, and this guy's going to come in and treat you like a punk, right? So the guy leans over and he says, you tell them we do not accept his apology. Well, I'm trying to do my thing, but I can't help but hear this, right?
How old is this person, too?
This person is 35 years old, could be 25, could be 45. I think he's 30.
I got
good looking, 6 foot tall. Looks like he's got a little Greek, little Italian in him. I don't know.
Beautiful gentleman, got you.
Nice looking guy. No real muscle. More of an Abercrombie model, right? And he says, we don't accept the apology. And something else to Ben. And also, too, I can tell he's being kind of a smart ass to Ben, too, which makes me think he maybe outranks him, right? But I don't know this. Hey, Ben could be the boss, too. I don't know. Once again, don't know these people, right? So then I go absolutely crazy. And the reason is because I realize at this moment that I am not who I used to be. These people think that me and Derek are the same person.
Oh!
They think that I'm Coach Ray or that I'm Neil Pickup, right? And that I am, I guess, not the most amazing human being in the arm wrestling world, right? I can tell now that I am the janitor, right? Which there's nothing wrong with janitors, right? I'm just telling you that I feel like when I come around that.
I thought you're coming there as a CEO.
Well,
but they're out of the mop in the bucket.
I mean, come on. No one talks to the champ. The champ? Like, listen, you have to know that the arm wrestlers still treat me really well. When I walk in, it's all love, and I am still welcomed with open arms. There's always one old dude back there that tells them all that, hey, I used to be a bad dude. The youngins are cool, whether it's because of the YouTube channel, whatever the trash, I don't know. So
yeah,
at this point,
people coming in, taking pictures, it's all there.
I'm still under the illusion that I'm that dude. But then I climb up these stairs into this commentator booth, and I realize that I'm working with 15 people.
And then, like, it's changes.
I'm working with 15 people that I am the lowest guy on the totem pole, right? And this guy does not know that I could snap into a athletic Kung Fu Panda aggressive nature if disrespected in the slightest by a normal person, right? Especially a normal person being the fucking camera guy. Oh, here, you telling me I'm getting bum rushed by the weirdo camera guy? Jody Williams, Artem, Gary Roberts. I mean, these guys are telling me they don't accept my apology, right? So I immediately jump up, right? Athletic, almost tear my Achilles.
Stood up a little too quick, got that head rush.
Quick, got dizzy, got a little dizzy, I will admit. And I say, yo, my man, the apology wasn't real. Watch who you are talking to. do I need to get my resume out here? Do I need to go downstairs and bring somebody up here to explain to you that I'm the most important person in the world, which I'm clearly was not treated as such at this moment, right?
Crazy.
So I'm so not mad that, here's what I'm mad about is there's nothing to get mad about. There was no real cut. I mean, let's be completely honest.
You didn't went and punched someone's wife in midsection because of the replay. You know what I mean? That didn't happen.
100%. There was nothing said, right? Now I find out the reason I'm kind of in that booth is for a comedy. If I'm not there for the comedy, why am I there? Right? I mean, we don't need, if you want to go to sleep, we can put Ryan and Derek and all those guys on there and just talk about Pro Nation, right? And having lanes to get out. No, I am there. Listen, I am there for it to be funny. That is it. The bias of being American is supposed to be funny. If you think that I am being biased and I don't know it in order to be funny, something is wrong with your brain. Listen, you foreign guys that are somehow trying to piece this thing together right now. It is to provide comedy. And that is it. My jokes with Derek Smith about being better than him are to make you laugh. Listen, it doesn't matter if it makes you laugh. Just don't assume that there's any other motive, right? At all. So,
if you think otherwise, you're more
for those core sport guys to be in the building listening for a couple hours, listening the time before, and to think that the comedy would be immune to them is, first of all, a little ignorant, right? But definitely know that if it's really nothing, I'm gonna have a hard time if you got a problem with it, because as the hours go on, I am brewing up to say some super inappropriate things in order to bring the comedy over the 7 hours. Correct? So he immediately realizes that I am a psycho. Right? Okay. And that probably not the most professional thing for him to do, to come in during a live broadcast and make such a comment.
Mm-hmm. Right.
And I am rich. Does everyone understand that? I do not need the money that I was getting paid to sit on an airplane. I was over there because I wanted to see the matches and be there. right? That's why I am
you
there.
wanted to be a part of the thing.
So because I'm rich, I don't need to do this job. I can go downstairs and be the greatest side coach in the history of America, including we would have won at least 2 of the matches if I was in fact the coach and not the commentator. I'm bringing Paul into victory and Devin Larratt wins the match if I am in his corner.
Those are the
Okay.
two guys. Okay.
I know this. I know this, right? So if you say something crazy to me, I will quit immediately. Immediately, right? And I told the guy, I said, listen, my man, I can be replaced in 2 seconds, please. Like, I will go right down there and have the greatest time ever right now, right? So the guy immediately exits in maybe, I'm hoping, fear for his life because of my agility. You know what I'm saying? But I ain't sure. I'm not sure. He could be a taekwondo karate guy. I don't know. He leaves. Well, I look at Derek and I'm like, how long is it going to take for Ingen to get up here?
You said
now Ingen's another animal, right? Ingen is another beast. So, but I'm already know that I will die for because I know I didn't do anything wrong. I mean, if that's a problem, me saying, come on, Core Sports, we need a better replay than that. If that's a problem, I'm not going to make it through the whole show anyway. Right? There's no way, right? So, sure enough, 15 minutes later, here comes Ingen without saying anything, being the most aggressive human being in the world. Ingen decides to say, Travis, what are you doing? Are you having a problem with Core Sports guy? And I stood up, I said, I don't need an apology from him. Tell him it's all good. I said, well, you must not have heard the story. Because if you heard the story, you wouldn't be asking me any questions except you're wondering if I needed an apology to continue the podcast. Sir, the answer is no. I forgive everyone. I've made mistakes in the past. Ingen walks away, all right? Handled it perfectly. And added to him.
Killed him as positivity.
And added to him, sir, you can replace me at any time if you'd like as well, right? Not as adamant, not with as much aggression, not with as much head movement, but still relayed that message that and even after the event, I let Ingen know, listen, there could be a situation where Core Sports says, Ingen, it's either us or Travis. He can't work with us anymore. And I looked at Ingen and said, if that happens, sir, I completely understand. And I will step down. Even at the end of the podcast, I figured I was already getting fired. So I already made a proclamation that this will be the last time that I'm in the booth because I'm going to end up being the champ again. Because if I was the champ, that guy would not have come in there talking shit to me like I'm from. He treated me like Tim. He treated me like I was Tim Talmadge up there.
Shut up, Tim Talmadge in the chat.
My dog.
Hey, oh fuck, I should forget. See, that's what I'm thinking. There was some people proposing for the next time. You and me should stay home and do the live stream commentary from the house.
I'm out.
All right, that was proposal. We did have $5 super chat earlier. I feel sick, Travis. Where's my American heroes at? Where do we start winning? Where's the beast?
Yeah. Hey, listen, man. So let's talk about what is going on here.
So, all right, we done with you. You still have a job. That will happen in Core Sport. You know, it is what it is. It's all good. You killed everybody with positivity. Carl Stanley here saying, nice helmets, Travis. Carl, $200. One of those helmets is yours, my man. Replace them Florida Gator statues at the house. Get yourself some bears. Yes, so let's go over matches. I can pull up a list, but before I do that, give me some honesty. What do you remember? What hits you like the most? What's in your face so far that you're still waking up like, oh man, is that Bacho's hand? Is that refusal of Gennady to shave his beard? What do you think? Oh, how hard it is to breathe between Devin and Levon and you sitting right in between them.
Yeah, no doubt. Both of them guys, boy. Yeah, that'd have been a tough two guys to share a room with right there. The thing that sticks out to me about my trip to Turkey, I believe, would be the amount of superstardom that Devin Larratt has and how loyal his fans are. Because what I scrolling through my Facebook in this 11-hour flight home with Turkish internet on flight, Turkish Airlines, I noticed my timeline was about Devin getting cheated by the refs. Did you see any of that in your timeline?
My man, I'm bringing it right now.
Oh, okay, yeah. So that's all I see, right? So to me, what that shows is that, man, listen, Devin is a hero because he has the most loyal, delusional, retarded.
Whoa.
No, seriously, learning disability and all, man.
Oh, man.
Little bus. These guys are taking the little bus to school, bro.
While watching Devin's YouTube
If
channel.
anybody thinks that Devin Larratt was cheated or could be cheated or has ever been cheated, something is wrong with you. That was an amazing match with amazing athletes, with amazing refereeing, with amazing production.
With amazing level of cheating from both athletes.
No.
Whoa.
No. Gennady is a regular guy. His cheating is at the 10% level. It's nothing spectacular about Gennady's manipulation and cheating. Nothing.
Okay.
He's a choir boy because Lucifer himself, AKA Satan, the God down there, is Devin Larratt when it comes to cheating. And that is why he's the best. You add his unwillingness to compromise and his endurance, and usually it is a recipe that is absolutely unbeatable in a 5, 6, 7 round format. Just is. And hats off to Gennady. As an arm wrestling fan, this rematch is incredible from what I hear could be taking place.
Mm-hmm. Yes.
If I'm Gennady's manager, I don't ever come around Devin Larratt again.
That was the last one.
That would have been it for me. But, hey, money talks, I assume. So go crazy, young men. But
unless you get more money for losing the second time than you got for winning the first time.
Or you just realize that there really is no other match that will put you against Conor McGregor, which is where the money could be, right? That's great. So I just think that it's just pointless to be that guy. If you are an arm wrestling fan of Devin and you think that he enjoys listening to you say that he was cheated, he doesn't. He's not interested in that perception because he knows it's not accurate. we shouldn't even waste 1 second on it. If Devin gets in a match the next time and Gennadi's uncle brings a semi truck in and runs Devin over, it is still not as bad as cheating as what Devin was doing the entire last 10 years. Just check the rising, the manipulation, the shoulders, everything.
And the
Oh my, like where was the rules meeting? You are not going to start before go. They closed Devin's hand. I mean, and it's okay. Everything that Devin is doing, he should continue to do. Let's just not even bring up. It's irrelevant. Don't tell me anything at all about the cheating. There's nothing there. There's nothing there. All the cheating is on your guy's side. Every bit of it. Don't even talk about it over here. There was nothing there. Over here was the overcoming of it. That should impress you so much. Gennady, if he was not you were not a fan of him, you should be now, because he was able to take a nap, go to sleep. Freddy Krueger showed up and he killed his ass. Even though it never happens, Freddy usually wins.
Mm-hmm.
Kills your ass as soon as you go to sleep. Gennady did it. So that's what I was amazed from the timeline, is that that's what I saw. And I couldn't believe that.
So what's the conclusion? You want the same fans from now on?
I guess. Yeah, I just feel embarrassed. I feel embarrassed even for Devin when the fan, and listen, also, it shows that you love him, right? Because that's what loved ones do. They make excuses for their people.
You know what? One of the craziest part that I got to see, so Sunday, it was me, Devin, Jody, and right, there's a couple more people that stayed over on a Sunday. We went to the same like city area to go out to eat, and how many random Turkish people will stop by and take a picture with Devin. Not part of the same restaurants, just walking by the street. And at some point it turned to there's so many people were taking pictures that just people are sticking around like, oh, I don't know what's going on, but I want to take a picture too.
Yeah.
Because I'm filming
find out. Yeah. I'll find out when I get home who I took the picture with.
Yeah, okay. So do you want to go over the matches?
Yeah, whatever you want. Doesn't matter to me. I'm cool. I mean, I already told you what was going to happen before it happened.
I got you, but I'm just gonna spit them out for you, and I want to, if you have something to say about those, just like the last time. But so Adam and Bacho.
Yeah, I mean, listen, superhero. Bacho's different level. I mean, if they weighed the same, which I assume they did, they weighed 187 pounds or
it's yeah. Well, I'm not sure but I think
198 somewhere.
Yeah.
Yeah, we don't have anyone over here in the greater DC metro area that wants to see Bacho, that's for sure. So I think that what you're going to begin to see, I would assume, from East versus West would be two foreign competitors going for the titles for the most part, and the Americans being those 8-person undercards and kind of matched up accordingly. Because this is what I want to get at. And I feel like do you know the geographical location of the United States if we put it in other countries? Are we way bigger? Is the United States, how much bigger is the United States than Russia?
Oh, well, not Russia. Russia.
Okay, so how much bigger is the United States than Georgia?
That will probably be, if I have to assume, I mean, the minimum.
Well, don't assume, but let's just talk about
that. Okay, 1 second.
As of right now,
I think, hold on, Georgia is like probably the side of Texas.
Georgia is the side of Texas.
I'm just gonna assume, but I'm gonna Google to see how
Well,
dumb
yeah,
I
I
am.
don't like you assuming this because it's messing up my analysis. But for some reason, in my opinion, the United States team has to take on the whole world. And it's just not possible. What we need to do is take on Georgia or take on Romania or take on Moldova.
Hey, Georgia is the slightly bigger than the state of West Virginia.
Exactly. So that's why it is assumed that our population geographical size puts us against all of those countries. But the truth is, our talent level should only be the size of West Virginia when we go over there. So I would like to see England have the championship teams, the championship matches with whoever deserves them in the world, regardless of location. But each of those East versus Wests would be the American team against just one of the countries.
Mm-hmm.
So just like I'd love to see Turkey against the U.S. And
Yeah.
I believe that it could be done.
And you match them up either our tier 1 dudes or tier 2 dudes.
Whatever you do, it doesn't matter. It depends on the countries, who's invited. You know, you really got to get first. You starts off with the strongest 4 Turks, and then him deciding. You know, because let's just put it out there. England's not job, but his goal is to have super interesting matches, right? I mean, so now I'm not saying he will do this. I'm just saying that would make it that would make it 50-50. Because as of right now, us taking on their good guy in every country, it wasn't a good plan in my eyes. And that's why I was always on that side, and England would get mad about me saying, England's going to give you a match to get your ass whipped. You know what I mean? England's not doing that on purpose. It's just, listen, we have to look in the mirror as Americans and look at the sport of arm wrestling and know that we are not a significant powerhouse.
Right, I do believe Engen's goal is almost the opposite. He would like for North Americans to do better than what usually happens.
I agree. Yeah, definitely not a good business model. You would assume if a large piece of the market in pay-per-view is coming from America. But I also think that England needs to understand that as Americans, I guess we're supposed to be racist about the Europeans, but I find that my neighbor thinks Bacho's every bit as cool as Adam. He doesn't know Adam either, right? Adam being from South Carolina, my neighbor gets to Georgia just as often as he gets to South Carolina. That's all I'm saying. So now maybe I'm wrong about that. And if you are an American, you're just absolutely beside yourself that the Americans lost. I don't feel that way. I don't get that sense that England has to worry about that as much as you may think that you would have to.
Okay. Zurab and Rob Vision Jr.
Yeah, I just thought that that Rob showed us that he is an absolute freak of nature that can compete off the couch with a few months training with awesome guys. And that match looked, from the outside looking in, 3-0, not a bad, easy work for Zurab. If you're at the screen I was at, you saw some places where it showed that Rob is still a very bad dude when it comes to you running into him up there at the New England Championships.
Yep. Daniel Prokopchuk and Doug Ehrlich.
Yeah, what can you say there's no way of gauging Adam or Doug's true form because the guys they arm wrestled were just, Daniel's so impressive, man. Like Daniel and Bacho, to me, the two most dominant, right? Well, and Rivas, Bacho, and Daniel were just super impressive, and they really did a good job being efficient with their opponents.
All right. So that covers a couple of them. Then Alajan and Cody. What do you think about that one?
Just once again, super impressed by the young man. Cody looked strong to me. Cody looked intelligent, trying everything he could to get to the fingers and compromise the grip and the leverage. It's just, the kid's just too aggressive. And the kid's willing to come forward, broke arm position, whatever it takes to get connected to you. And we still don't know how good he is. Yeah. Maybe him and Tobias, maybe the next match.
Well, okay. So transfer to that one, Tobias and Vitaly.
Yeah, Vitaly's super impressive. I got to ride back to the airport with him. What a great guy. Huge. I think I said it on the broadcast that the guy's got a chance to be the top lefty in the whole world.
Okay. David Samusha and Brandon Osesser.
Yeah, Brandon was right in that mix, man. It was I think that 176 class is a little too light for Brandon. If I was him, I'd never come back under 187. And but yeah, that's once again, Brandon did great. The other guy just happens to be the best guy.
Yeah, looking at that, Brandon had the lane there going for the outside, but could not trust it. He'll set it up properly and then shoot back for the inside, knowing there's no lane. So it's just hard to believe in that. Like, just get to see that over there. So yeah. Paul Lynn and Sasha.
Man, Paul Lynn went at it. Sasha's amazing. We knew that, but I believe that Sasha would not be able to beat Paul Lynn again. So I think that Paul Lynn, that's a great little stepping stone ladder. You would like to win. It would have been amazing for the young man, but the truth is he's in that category. I mean, when you beat the guy in the hook 2 times and hold him over there at 9 o'clock for the third match, I mean, you're there. I mean, right there. Paul just needs to, it's what he's in it 6-7 years now. Just keep stacking. And Paul will be a tough out when it comes to the dudes that are trying to get their title shots. And eventually, Paul being the type of guy he is, don't be surprised if he gets the benefit of the doubt with a couple wins and ends up getting another title shot. Paul needs to be careful that the level is not even higher than Sasha coming. Mm-hmm. So that then nor him or Sasha are able to either one of them get another title match. But if I'm in the second Sasha is no longer the champion, I'm rematching him and Paul just because of how exciting it was.
Mm-hmm. Okay, I was about to say something, but I'm here reading the chats too. The referee took forever to call pins for Paul. Being there taking pictures and like their hooks, Paul was not pinning Sasha. That's why. It took them forever because it's such a close call. That's why it needs to be called properly. That's why that's another theory that Paul was getting robbed out of those. But I was there taking those pictures and referee was just waiting for Paul to bringing down those necessarily half an inch for referee to be really comfortable with closing it and, calling the winner on that one. But yeah, tournament format, if you think about it, that Paul will have won the tournament. You know what I mean? That's beating somebody twice in that hook. Yeah.
No doubt. Yeah, impressive, dude. So impressive.
Okay. Kidder Gali and Irakli?
I mean, there's nothing you can say. That was, overmatched as well, man. I mean, what? Dude, that dude's probably the best guy, man.
Okay.
I mean, listen, he's one of those guys that could easily be the MVP, the East First West MVP. He's the guy. Right. What's not to, I feel sorry for him. Terrible self-promoter, but man, easy to root for that kid, man. What a stud.
I don't know. I guess when you're so clean and you look so good, that's your self-promotion. You get strong, humble, tall guy, right?
Yeah, I mean, yeah, and I mean, I think that
I'm putting it to be in contrast with your ass. You know what I'm saying?
hey, there's no doubt you got to have somebody's got to sell the tickets, and then someone's got to put on a show. So he's more of the show guy. You need guys to sell tickets, and that's why we have the other guy.
Right. And well, the one we're going to finish with on that, because we talk about Devin and Gennady, Arif Erdem and Georgi Ziranov.
Yeah, Arif's another one, man. In my opinion, super impressive. Right before it all goes to shit because of your cardio and the fact that arm wrestling, man. Listen, here's something to think about. The elephant in the room is that there is a gas tank that you can't see. And you imagine when someone wins, there wasn't much gas taken out. But the reality is you do not know what the reality is. Even in a dominating win, if there is energy being taken, there is only a finite amount of energy when it comes to people in a fight. You see some people, we call them very weaklings, right? That means as soon as they have a slight bit of adversity, they fall apart, right? I happen to be one of those guys. You will see me in the tournament, ready, go, bam! I, at that point, feel my forearm cramping up and my hand tightening. But I don't tell anybody. I'm like, yeah, I'm the man. This guy can't touch me. Really, I know 33% of my entire energy level has been taken.
Just
right?
gone.
Round two pops up. I've got 66% in the tank. Ready, go, boom. 1 inch at the bottom. I stop for a second and a half. A little adjustment, boom, wins called. Ladies and gentlemen, you can cancel Christmas. There's no way I can lose the event. I'm the greatest that ever lived. Go back to my corner. Now I got a cramp in my left hamstring. Along with the 66% is down to 13%. No one knows it. This is an easy affair. Here's how you know it.
Desperately looking for water.
Let me tell you what happens when the gas light comes on at 1%.
Okay.
Usually the guy who was winning 2-0 does a hit that only moves about 1 or 2 inches. He slips out and tells the ref it was a pin. Hey, what? That's a win. And everybody's like, nah, bro, you're 5 inches away. At that point, in Arif's body and my body is the beep, 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 shut down, beep, beep. The crowd still thinks you're in a dominating 2-0 fashion. In your brain, you know it's over. That's what you witnessed there. That's what happened. That beep, beep happened to Paul Lynn too. It just was in a different circumstances. It took more adversity than Arif, right? Arif is like Corey Miller or Corey West, like Dave Chafee, like Travis Bagent. You hit it. It doesn't matter when you hit it. 2-0, 2-1, 3-0. You are not winning anymore for the rest of the day.
So you're not winning anymore. Oh, that's awesome. All right. Well, that sums it up the card for us, Travis Bagent. So
let's talk about June 3rd.
Before you do that, I've been holding on those people's money. People's money being held up in the air, and I have not been talking about them. Robert Gould is $9.99 super chat. Do you think Tyson beats out Nathan Peterman for third string? I think he will cause NP has not done anything but throw picks in his career. That will put Tyson on practice squad most likely.
Nice. I love everything that you just said, but please note that we are not messing around with any practice squad. That we plan to be on the 53-man roster and one of those quarterbacks that you would never, the future is so bright, you would never let him touch that practice team.
All right, that's okay. Okay. Robert, you finally heard it. If you have something else to say to Travis, let me know. I'll read it. 199 super chat from Ivan Cook. Well, time for Travis to teach Dave the setup. What's up, Ezra?
What's up, Arnold? Say again, to teach you?
Teach Dave the setup.
I would love to, man. I feel like me and Dave are not as tight as I would love us to be anyway, man. Dave, I saw Dave twice throughout the 2 days I was there. So
Really?
yeah, Dave's a family man, boy. So, but yeah, there ain't no doubt, man. Dave is well, and honestly, I don't even think anything was wrong with Dave. I'm going to tell you now. I believe the super heavyweight champion could easily be Revis.
Well,
Of all, I'm talking for everybody.
Speaking of that, I do like that. Looking at the whole thing now, you being part of that, right? So you kind of, you don't have to read the Facebook comments like you do, but now you've seen some shit yourself. What do you think that top 5 nowadays, like current top 5 from what you think, right-handed?
Levon, Hermes, Revis, Gennady. That fifth one is a tough one, man. Not including. Well, no, I'm sorry, that is not even true. So it goes Levon, Dennis.
Really?
Yeah, Levon, Dennis, and then I'm saying
Hermes,
Dennis, Revis, Carteret, Gennady.
Where's
No,
Hermes?
I guess not.
Where did Hermes go?
Hermes got to be in there too. So it's Levon, Dennis, Hermes, Revis. My God, Morzov or Gennady. Morzov or Gennady. And I know both of them, Morzov beating Revis is why he would. But I'm just telling you, that guy is the guy. That guy is the guy.
I'm kind of questioning why Dennis is there.
Gee, my man, I'm telling you why, man. Shit. I talked to Johnny. Johnny said Dennis is the guy, man.
Okay.
Yeah, that's a tough, man. 5 is tough if you put Revis in there. The truth is no one's going to have Revis in there but me. They're going to go with Dennis and Levon, Gennady, Morzov, and Hermes in any order you want. Well, but the truth is that Revis is in that mix, and I'm putting him at 3rd.
Fair enough, but as far as Facebook goes, God forbid Rivas has one more dominating performance. If Facebook gonna go like Rivas is #1 guy and have been for the past 10 years.
Man, I'm telling you, man, that dude was huge. Huge.
Oh, and that's your first. You're gonna meet him the last time? He wasn't there.
He was not there. He was there when I wasn't there when he pulled.
I remember you said that yourself when you walked by, like, holy shit, yeah.
He's bigger. Yeah, he's got a bigger head, bigger shoulders, bigger torso. He's bigger than everyone there.
What about that? Was it like some British dude that asked you for a signature on the shirt later? That's also like ginormous human being. You took a picture. Yeah. $9.99 super chat from Garage Grinders, who got the card from you, John Hutchinson, best commentator there is. Travis,
that's the guy that got it in, the little guy. Oh man, what a good dude!
No, not the guy from the Turkey. That's my man from Florida right here. He ordered the card from one of the podcasts.
Did he get one? Did he get it? Or did he get it? He got it.
He got it. He sent me.
All right, because I'm waiting for somebody to come on. It's like Travis robbed me and didn't send me my card. So
hope to see you June 3rd for the big tournament. $90 super chat. Then we have $11 Canadian from our master Jeff. Travis, great commentary at East versus West. Cold Stone with $1.99 super chat. How's Tyson's scam going so far with the Bears?
Woo! Man, I wouldn't listen. Why you think I ordered all these helmets, man? He is all over these dudes. Let's go.
Wayne Withers is in the chat. Travis, can you get me an autograph from Tyson? Hello, Artem.
100%. Wayne, just send me your address. I'll get you one of these Senior Bowl cards. I stashed about 13 of them for my real dogs. So just send me your address, Wayne.
Hold on. I'm not
You
sure.
bought one. You bought one, Artem. I'm talking about my real dog.
I know, so I'm not sure if I should cancel this podcast right now or I thought I was supporting the family, but fuck. Man, I'm going suicidal today. Anyway, all right. All right, June 3rd. So what do you got,
June
Travis?
3rd. All right. Listen, it's time, right? We're 3 weeks away.
You're 3 weeks away. Yeah, talk
3 weeks
about
away, and we understand that 9 tournaments have happened that lead to 18 people being invited to June 3rd. We are going to add a last chance qualifier to the June 3rd event. Oh, there's the bracket. I like it. Can you read those names, Artem? Can you read down the list and tell me who they are?
Yes. So as of right now,
and this is what we're looking for. We want the community to help us. If you know that one of these guys is not coming, or you are one of these guys and you just can't make it, well, let us know, because we want to fill it in with some guys and make sure that this bracket is as accurate as possible come the night before the tournament.
exactly. And this is just basically, this is your list of people. This bracket might as well be live, but it will, be randomized and change a little bit the day off. But this is the list of people that's qualified. And we have 18 Wade in there. We have Jason Latona, John Hutchinson, Brad Wade, Jake Houston, Stephen Mitchell, Nick Penner, Bill Loxton, Dustin Hyatt, Josh Handelet, Paul Fisher, Clayton Barista, if it's correct, Jason Tarver, Sadiel Nunes, Caleb Velasco, Keith Armbender, and Miguel LeBlanc, and Philippe Nunez. And we do have 2 spots to fill in. That's
for the last chance.
That's the
bracket.
That's
be
the
a total
bracket.
of
Yep,
20 guys.
That's 100.
I heard Dustin Hyatt's name in there. He's got to be a tough one in that class. Is that correct?
He definitely is, and he's your guy to, there's a couple of good dudes here, but if Dustin gets the shot, Dustin is the guy that gives every shot for sure. And
Paul Fisher's a strong dude. I know he'll be here. So it's be interesting to see if we can get the Tarver and Keith Armbester over here too. That'd be from the Texas Arm Wrestling League.
Tarver's
so listen,
really good.
Yeah,
and that's
go ahead.
And that's the winner of that will not maybe precisely, but we do know that the winner of Eastern Final Qualifier is Giannis for the right-handed. So potentially you get the match with him, or maybe not, depending of the situation.
Yeah, no doubt. Well, I think Ingen and I talked too, and that's, he's one of those situations where if in fact the two don't make sense to pull each other, whether it's a talent discrepancy or whatnot, that they would both get a match, just maybe not against each other, which I think is a smart decision. Now, if it's the right guy and it matches up good, then it's a beautiful situation. And I'd like to see a guy like Dustin Hyatt be able to go over there and take on a guy like Giannis and actually make it a match. And, a lot easier said than done. But take a look at that bracket, ladies and gentlemen. Just let us know. If you're the tournament director at one of those places and you know that your guys can't make it for whatever reason, let us know so we can move on down. We'll go to 3rd place in your event. If we're not able there, then we'll fill it in with multiple guys from the last chance qualifier. Whatever it takes, we just want to make sure that we have 4 20-man brackets heading to the 3 Fox Vineyard on June 3rd.
Let us know, and please, guys.
And let's talk about all the people that are going to be there.
Okay, well, before you do that, if you're a third place guy too, make sure that you also talking to all of you guys that maybe they're not coming. You talk to be proactive because you need to come. You need to make sure your name is in there. There are a couple dudes that qualified in a couple of weight classes, and they'll just give you their spot because they're so cool. You know what I mean? So make sure if you want to be there, you most likely can sneak your way in, but maybe not.
And let's talk about if you are the guy who didn't like the geographical locations and or dates of the qualifiers. But now, after watching East versus West, you want a shot to get, to come to Turkey. Well, all you got to do, hey, June 3rd, the last chance qualifier will happen before the event on Saturday. And listen, even though there's a little extra arm wrestling, you don't have to worry about in the past. The last chance qualifiers were situations where you had to arm wrestle, sleep, and then arm wrestle again. Under this new format, there will just be a brief delay before you can get moved into the main bracket and then run the tournament. So it's not over for any of you guys. I think after watching the East versus West, it's our duty as Americans to get the best 4 guys that we can find and get them qualified and able to get to Turkey so that we can get on a little more of a win streak.
And technically, it sounds kind of tough, but if you're that guy, you've seen dudes dominate their super matches and then kill the class after that, right? It's if you're some stupid juice to the kills dude that knowing you're going to represent America, you're going to do all of that.
And there's a lot of options too, right? Like there's a chance there's only 2 guys at the last chance qualifier in your class.
And
there's also a chance that there's 6 people that haven't checked in and weighed in, and there's 6 open spots. So when we get to the final 6 of the last chance qualifier, we would stop it and put everybody in the bracket. So there is a lot of options for the American arm wrestler, and the dream of still going to Turkey and competing at such an amazing event. And listen, competing there is amazing, but being there to watch the other matches is also truly amazing. And also, just hanging around all the guys. It's a tight group of people all together, 3 or 4 days over there. It's, if you're an arm wrestling fan or an arm wrestling competitor, it's not a bad place to be.
Yeah, exactly. Whatever kind of floats your boat, like you can find a reason to be there and enjoy your time regardless. Yes. The people, you want to talk about that? Who is all coming? Superstars? Who is selling t-shirts, socks, anything memorabilia that will sell at the event?
Yeah, and the most important thing is to know that the king will be here in John Brzenk, and then the most amazing personality in Devin Larratt. So first of all, if you haven't met Devin Larratt or you want to hang around and do the after pulling, you know what he's going to give us. He's going to touch every single person in the building for as long as they want. They can tug on it. We're going to have a get together after the finals there at 8:00, a little Q&A. John Brzenk, Devin Larratt to start. I'll be up there just as a moderator. On the other side of me, Gabby will be there along with Paul Lynn. So there'll be a lot of good arm wrestlers in the house. The venue's amazing. There'll be a 6:00 little YouTube pay-per-view we're going to run on Devin, John, and my channel, all live. So you can choose who you want to give your money to. But trust me, it's all coming back to the beast, right? At some point. Just kidding. It's all going to Artem.
Yeah, there was a question of if it's going to be live. And yes, we are planning to do live. Yes. Somehow there was so many live discussions about the channel and all stuff that I wasn't aware of. And Robert Kelly was like, yo, we're doing live and the paper and all that. I'm like,
yeah, now cool. The pay-per-view portion will be the finals. We will be live on my channel all day, along with probably 10 other channels. Everybody will have their iPhones out for the prelims. We will bring everyone in and run the finals of all 10 classes. The 4 right and left for the pros, and then the women's right and left. Every other match will happen between 2:30 and 5:00. The party will start at 6:00. It'll be over at 7:30, 8:00. We'll have that Q&A and after pulling session with John and Devin. So trust me, it's going to be an amazing event in Virginia. Thanks to Pat Nugent, Tom Watson. We really got arm wrestling sponsors that are former and current champions. So there's a lot of love in Virginia. Tommy Watson claims that Dave Patton will 100% be in the building. So that's always a huge treat. Probably one of the last opportunities you'll get Dave Patton, John Verzink, Devin Larratt all in the same room for that photo. So yeah, if you're listening to this and you're a masters, we got master classes, we got semi-pro classes, we got amateur classes, one leg classes. If you got one ear, we got a class for you. Listen, we've got a class for everybody. You can come as an arm wrestling fan, you can come as a weekend warrior, or you can come as the absolute world champion. We know Matt Mass is coming down, Jerome Loud is coming up, right? There are going to be some talents.
Tomorrow we might want to talk about that 240 class, right? That's
no doubt. So, and listen, remember, if you think that you have what it takes to take on the best of the best from the East First West, then call me. Let me know what you deserve. What, you need a hotel room. Just tell me how cool you are. Right? Now listen, you got to be a cool guy. I don't want Jonathan Parsons calling me tomorrow saying he needs airfare, hotel, and $2,500 to show up. I love you. I love you, Jay. You can stay in my basement, homie, for free. But if you are that guy and you haven't qualified and you want to come, we want to make sure the best Americans we can get there, get them qualified in the last chance and get them into the tournament. And let's give this money to the right guy that deserves it and get the strongest team possible over there to take on some of that West or the East team.
Okay, who do you think, now that you're talking about all this stuff, who are we missing? Like,
I'd love to see Luke Kent in that 170 class. It'd be awesome if we could get the Hellraiser in town. When it comes to the 200 class, Paul Talbot's right there. You know what I mean? Simple drive down. We'd love to see Austin Jaggers. Are you kidding me? Get into town. If I'm Big Derek Smith, I'm saying, hey, Trav, can I stay in the basement? Yes, no, you can't, you big motherfucker, but I'll get you a hotel. Okay? We want Derek Smith. Anybody who's right there and wants to qualify, and listen, needs to qualify. Let's talk about how much we thought Derek Smith needed to give us more in those two matches at East First West, right? I was on him. You were on him. I heard you snicker a couple times about the ass whoopings Derek took. I'm sitting there with Derek, and Derek says, come on, man. My first two matches were against Morozov and Rivas. And I'm like, yeah, like, you're a bad dude who just got the worst draw in the history of the world. So, hey, let's go. Derek Smith, Austin Jaggers, we'd love to see you two over here. Come on and mix it up. Let's go. Dave Morocco, I know he's in town. Let's get over here. Even that big, ugly Sean Latimer's allowed. I won't even whip your ass if you come in.
Yeah,
I'm such a nice guy.
Somebody said, like, Wayne Wheeler should be there, and Wayne said, like,
hey, I think, is Wayne back yet? Is he back yet? Or is he still need a little time?
I don't know. Wayne says in comments that they're not giving him a chance, and they're not gonna, because there's a qualifier, and he can come and get his chance. You know?
I'd love to have Wayne up here. I don't know if Wayne's back yet, but Wayne's a great one. Wayne's a great one.
Michael Layton Sr. with his first ever $199 super chat. We need to get Joseph Miranto out there.
I don't know who he is, but I love it.
Right?
Let's go. I got a what's Florida Puller? Panhandle. Big guy. Used to be a beast back in the day.
Wilton Brock.
Yes. Wilton, his people already contacted me. They want in too. So Wilton did the whole since so-and-so ain't pulling, can I take his spot even though he didn't even go to the qualifier? So that is a big no. You cannot do it that way. But to me, that's a no-brainer for Milton. Get up here, or Wilton, get up here, pull in the last chance qualifier. You're probably 2 matches in, and we're sending all 8 guys over to the big tournament. Let's go.
Mm-hmm. And I want to talk heavy about each class in each their lives, but you guys get the idea. If
At 170, we need.
You want to be part of it. Message track.
Yeah. At 170, let's just scour the country real quick. Corey Miller, get over here. We love this to have you. Who else? Lightweight guys, the Tarver guys. Greg Gray. Where's Greg Gray? Out of retirement. Let's go. Definitely Luke Kent, the Hellraiser. What about? There's got to be a couple foreigners hanging around in New York from Turkey or Uzbekistan. Come on.
Yep. All the Armenians in California. Everybody.
Who's the best 170 guy in Florida?
Probably Austin if he cuts down, but he's a little big for that. But I think he's the guy that should come down.
Austin Wade.
Yeah, I think he's the guy that should kill everybody.
He can't get to 170. He looks like he's like 200 pounds.
He's like 180 something, I think. I think he's the guy.
Is he coming?
He's coming for, I think, 198 class for 200.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, I guess I'm saying. I guess we'll say like.
Well, every one of you Florida guys have attempted to reclassify, right? That's like the running joke. The running joke at our production meetings are that Chance wants to go from 380 down to 240. That you want to go from 220 down to 198. Just a bunch of sissies.
The opposite. I want to go from 198 to 240.
No.
I cannot.
What do you weigh right now?
I'm 197.
And what did you qualify at?
At 200.
Oh, okay, cool. So you're good. You're staying at 200. You're gonna win that. You're gonna win.
Well, I have the ass super from Todd Hutchings before, so we're gonna see.
Yeah, nobody. That's not. Listen, he's gonna beat you so bad it won't even interfere with your training. Don't worry about it.
Yeah, but it's a big practice afterwards. I'll be fucking wrecked.
Nah, you'll be fine. Don't be making excuses there, Cupcake.
Come on, man. Look, I need my good 5-minute monologue so people are like, oh man, that's why it happened.
Nah, Artem will be there and super strong.
Whoa. Okay. I mean, $10. Ooh, I'm not that good. I don't know what CHF mean. I'm assuming some Czech Republic crown.
It means the Bears, baby. The Bears.
The great, hey, I love the name. The greatest person in the chat with 10 super chats. Travis, why do you think that super heavyweights only really bulked up after 2010? Why wasn't it a real thing before Tuplinkov? Was it just not needed because the level was not that high?
I mean, I wouldn't say the level wasn't that high. It was just one of those things where this bodybuilder powerlifter really, really wanted to be the champ. And then I think it happened back in the day too. I think you'd be surprised at how massive Gary Goodridge looked, coming into the finals at that Golden Bear against, Alan Karev, and how amazing he looked, and Bok Chang, and there were big, bad, awesome dudes back in the day.
How big Alan Karev? He was 400 pounds, wasn't he?
Yeah, 6'5", 400 pounds. Cleve Dean. I mean, there were massive human beings in the back. Now we kind of got a little more traditional from a bodybuilding and muscle instead of just girth and size. But I'll tell you, I ran into 5 dudes over in Turkey that are just absolute giants, just 6'6", 380-pound massive human beings. I wouldn't say that it's that, and I don't think the level is that awesome either. So I mean, I think that one can imagine that Levon and Dennis are these superheroes, but then you see what Hermes is right there, and then you fast forward and find out if all I got to do is put Bart Wood up there, Matt Mass can beat Hermes then. So the truth is be careful about thinking the level is so extraordinary. Listen, if you're arm wrestling in the level, you say the level's extraordinary. If you're retired from the level, you say back in the day was way better.
I got you. That's a good point. I'm trying to see. Hey, everybody wants to see if Brian Shaw can come to the East versus Finals, the strongman.
Oh, and you tell him yes, he can 100%. I won't even charge him entry fee. That's how cool I am.
Man, well, that shows you how cool Brian Shaw is, because that's what you just said. If you're cool enough, fuck, we'll cover Brian Shaw's airfare to the hotel.
No. I can't do that.
Hold on, we racked up about $50 super chat total, so we may afford a breakfast or something. Hey, you know what's funny? You did not see it because you were sleeping. But
hey, Larry Wills is invited.
Larry Wills is.
Can you get a hold of Adam and Larry and see if we can get him?
No. He qualified.
I know. You think he's coming?
He should be there on the Friday to the weigh-in and all that. I don't know. I'll check with Adam. I can call him and ask.
Yeah, let's find out, man. We want everybody to know if Larry's coming, man. Larry, you the master of ceremonies. Whatever you want, young man. We are ready for you.
We'll get them on the podcast maybe sometimes before the thing.
There you go, showing off, motherfucker. Don't be trying to show off. You treat me like the core sports guy. Come in there. Shut up, son. I'll see if I can get Larry on it. Oh, okay. No problem. Once again, that's the second camera guy that done put me in my place. Let it happen again.
I'm all meant to say, like, I'll grind my teeth out to make sure Larry will be part of our amazing podcast. That's what I meant to say.
Right.
As my dentist told me, I grind at night, and I do. Hey, you know what's funny? So you're gonna get to see it because I went there Saturday morning at the qualifier. I got to see people compete and shit, and the conversation about arm wrestling tournaments and entry fees is the same on any language, no matter what you translate it to. Everybody want to bitch about entry fees when they're above certain amount of price, what are you getting for? And man, the trophy is not that great. But like, man, I thought, like, I don't know, I guess at some point in life when you make certain amount of money, you should be okay with like paying whatever. But it was so funny to see like in Turkey was all this like professional arm wrestlers from Europe, like, oh, 50 euro fee, and you get paid 300. My man, just pay us $50. It ain't that crazy. Like, what are we talking about? The trophy is great. You get money. Not only get the shot for the finals, you get paid too. Like, there's money there too. Which we have money in our finals too, right?
Yeah, $1,000 to the winner.
So it's like, I'm like, it was so crazy.
It's on, dude. It is on. This tournament here, listen, there can't be a better payout tournament in the United States than the tournament on June 3rd. We've got it all, dude. We've got all the superstars. I mean, there are going to be the who's who of arm wrestling here in North America, along with every weight class known to man, every category. I mean, trust me, you are getting a ribbon if you come to this thing.
Shit, we'll print out diplomas, Arnold Classic style. Was every
Are you kidding me?
You
might even get a Bears helmet if you're lucky.
Dude, let's make diplomas with East versus West and the Bears logos and shit.
Hey, let me tell you what I'm doing. I'm going to have a straight NFL arm wrestling conglomerate starting as soon as the schedule comes out tomorrow.
So you ready for your plan? Ready for a tournament in Germany?
I have plans tomorrow because tomorrow was 21 years since I married the love of my life.
Really? Oh, wow.
Yes. That lucky woman's anniversary is tomorrow.
How long you guys have been together?
Woo, wait till I break out that fake Gucci purse I just got from Istanbul. She has no idea. She thinks that thing costs $700.
That's the bag.
I got it. The guy gave me $2 to take it off the counter. That's how cheap it was.
Oh, man.
The seat fell off. I taped it back on when I got home, baby. We're good.
How long you and Casey been together before marriage?
How long were we together before marriage? That's a good question. Hold on. I should have that answer. 8 years, so 29 years total. Married for 21.
Casey been longer together than I've been alive.
Yes. I am. In fact, we are your parents, Artem.
Yeah.
We sent your ass to Russia as a part of this program so that you would come back a better arm wrestler.
Little that I was telling people whole Saturday in Turkey how you were my son, and now the roles changed.
Yes, I am in fact your father, son.
Man, that's awesome. All right, we have last two Switzerland money crowns, $2. Bachasaganashvili will beat Engen. Trust me. Whoa. We don't want to bring so much hate to Engen just out of the blue. What's wrong with you?
Yeah, he would. That is a very accurate statement.
No, people, how old is Artem? Well, I'm younger than Travis's relationship. How about that? Travis been committed to love longer than I've been alive. And that's how crazy it is. That's awesome. Oh, man. Well, Travis, we've been out for hour and 30 minutes.
Oh, my goodness. I told you I had 10 minutes. That's it. All right. So, listen, let's recap real quick. If you're coming June 3rd, if you want to come, let's go. Let's figure out a way to get you in there. You don't have to have qualified for the amateurs, the semi-pro, or the masters. If you still want hopes of that money, come on over here and jump in that last chance qualifier. If your name is in that bracket right there, let us know if you're not coming so we can fill the bracket up with guys that want to participate.
All right, you guys heard that. And
tomorrow we will discuss the 200-pound class. And Artem, we need you to be on rare form talking smack. Ooh, hey, what about Robbie Russell? What weight can he get to 170?
No, Robert Russell is 200-pound guy. Robert Russell is the guy. Robert Russell is the guy that's going to be there that Saturday to be ready to whoop on everybody.
Of course, yeah. I just didn't know if he was maybe had some alternative. We got to get Luke Kent, man. Luke Kent's our guy.
Hey, everybody who is watching this, message all of you dudes that you always comment on Facebook. Oh man, why do you go this guy a shot? Oh, because he's not in the fucking bracket. Let him know that we have want him in there.
We want him.
So it's your time. It's your time. Whoever you think is in your practice and have not been deserved a shot, even though we all know that he's just a lazy schmuck that doesn't want to travel. That's his only time that, fuck, you might need to spend those $333 to the Frontier flight. You know what I'm saying?
Amen.
Split that Hampton Inn with your buddy, you're good to go. $500, fly to Turkey, good time at Monica's, as long as you're not with Coach Ray.
Yeah, no doubt. Monica's amazing. Although I didn't feel good.
Yeah, you're gonna feel good that time, but
yeah, man, I didn't feel good in Turkey. I'm just getting over the cough and hacking up right now. So.
Your whole sickness got worse, better. You looked all right now.
Nah, you know what? It was about the same. Yeah, just kind of a little scratchy, coughy, terrible.
Yeah, because you were like fucking crushing.
Gotta stop hitting that wacky tobacco. No doubt.
All right, Travis Bagent, thank you for being here. We'll talk to you tomorrow for our first podcast or something that we're gonna do.
All right, we'll see you guys.
Thank you, sir. Guys, you heard that. Please let all your teammates know where you have to be on June 3rd. And Travis is out. Somebody was telling Travis that he is a great salesman here, which he is, but it is true. Like, at this point, it is a little funny / offensive that we have guys that are like, hey, man, why don't we see this guy there, this guy there? Like, you cannot have this conversation anymore. You cannot have that. You could have had this conversation last year where people just get invited, right? We don't know what's going on. Like, we just want to see our guys there. But now we have a qualifier. We do have the finals. Shit, if your guy was sick or something and he could not do it, as we're trying to say, Travis is trying to make sure that tournament is packed full of talent. And with that being said, uh, you know, that's the time. So if you do have your boy, somebody needs to be there, let him know. Make sure he message everybody that he can. As Travis out here trying to say, and we trying to bring everybody's out there. As long as you're cool and you clear, and because there seem like a lot of people that do deserve the shot. And unfortunately, maybe they think they deserve the shot and they not willing to go to qualifier, and they need to remind them like, yo, yes, you may be that guy, but because there's so many people actually going to go get that shot, now you're going to be forgot long time ago. Artem Bagent on the podcast. Yes, thank you, Robert Kelly. Artem Bagent is here. All right, guys, thank you everybody for watching. We've had 200 plus people watching. We should be on another one tomorrow, and I'm gonna finally repost all of them to Spotify. Artem